Greetings, everybody. Welcome to Children of Rath, the Dungeons and Dragons game set in a Magic the Gathering world, the land of Dominaria. That's the main realm of Magic if you're the original, if you're not familiar with it. So, for those of you who are returning to us, welcome back. For those of you who are new, hey, nice to see you joining us today. Let's give a kind of round of how everybody's character is feeling with everything that's been going on right now, a little bit of information, and then we'll kind of go into a little bit of summary about what happened in the last episodes and what's been going on in the series. So let's do the color wheel as we normally do it, and that means starting with, from Magic, white, with Lindsay and Wintress.
Wintress is still sad she gave away the blue rock to Kaz, but that's all she's feeling at the moment.
Alright.
She thought it would be a nice gift, but now she misses it.
Well, it was a nice gift.
You mean the blue Coral?
Coral.
Yeah, my
Carl.
Anyway, Joe, Claude, how are things going with you folks?
Claude feels very rusty after going to the seedy underbelly and realizing he couldn't figure out anything going on.
Yeah, man.
That used to be his side of town.
Now he's just not one for the seedy underbelly anymore.
He blames it on the form he was in.
Yeah. Fish forms just don't do seedy. And then, of course, we have Lee as Maxwell.
Max is doing good so far. He had a really nice time hanging out with his buddies last session with the fish lady too. Can't really complain.
Can't complain. And of course we have Fish as Kazrin.
I feel like Kaz is doing pretty good. We experimented a little with inventing photography, and that was fun.
Yeah, magic photography. That's a good technology to know.
Yeah.
Then you'll have specialized magicians, magic photographers. Next thing you know. And of course then we have Mads as Carrion.
Yeah, Carrie's not doing so hot. She took some drugs that revealed some things. She's not doing great.
Yeah, so that's kind of where everything happened. The team split up. Half the team went with Maxwell and have this little kind of tour of the city on the back of Leviathan, Slinvoda, with Latula, a nice merfolk girl who was working at a exotic dancing club kind of thing. That's the best way to describe the place. Of course, eventually, after a nice time together, you all headed back home. In the meanwhile, the other half of the team, led by Carrion, went to the seedy side of town to look for some good times in various forms, in which the results were a mixed bag. Mixed bag. You know, I think Claude was the only one that came out on the positive in that entire thing.
Well, negative money, positive experience.
Yeah.
You did briefly consider murder.
You did?
He did.
Briefly consider murder.
I did. My body did.
Negative. Ah.
My body considered it. I wouldn't.
Of course not. Anyway, so that was the... and everybody met up again. Maxwell has enjoyed a couple new forms that he's discovered now. Some very unusual...
I became a face hugger.
I'm pretty sure you just said Maxwell.
Oh, I forgot about that. That was such a weird scene.
I'm sorry. I'm not Maxwell, Claude. God, my brain sometimes is like that. Because you two hang out together. I keep doing that. I'll keep doing that for a while. So Claude turned into a horrible shadow monster and then a face hugger.
You're basically the same person.
Mm-hmm.
Be careful, I might hug your face.
And
Oh no.
Carrie had some pleasant dreams while really high on some stuff.
Joy.
The word pleasant is probably not the proper description, but we'll
No. It's not.
Come on now. You got to remember good times with your mom and your dad, and some creepy guy in the garden, and also some kind of strange ritual that you didn't ever remember up until now, and you're not even sure is real.
And
Good
don't
times.
forget about Bob.
He's from accounting. Anyway, and so we last left off that Latula was visiting you on land, and in the kind of diplomatic wing of a building where it's a pocket of air that's specifically built to house, diplomats and visitors to the city. And that's what from the surface. And Latula was like, ooh, dry land. I've never been here before. She was quite impressed.
Yeah, it's a good sign.
And Kaz helped modify a chair to make her more comfortable.
Yeah. So, the plans for today were to, of course, come and meet with the Emperor. You've had your kind of breakfast, and Nim kind of grabbed some things and headed back to his room. He's informed you that he will meet with everybody a little before what would be noon. There's a nice water clock out in the hall.
Oh, actually, I'm going to ask Nim before he runs away.
Mm-hmm.
Is the meeting being held underwater? Or...
Oh, yes, it shall be.
Okay.
Sorry, prepare for that.
Just wanted to make sure. Thank
I
you.
assumed everybody would have been ready. I mean, most
No,
of the time
I'm
it's
always ready.
underwater anyway, so...
Figured I'd double check.
How bold of you to assume for our for those who have lungs.
I have lungs, and I was prepared for underwater adventures.
Fair.
You also know what we're going into.
I can assume what we're going into, but there's a little bit of echo from someone. But anyway,
I don't hear anything.
I'm getting in.
Hold on. Try talking. I think it's coming from Joe because the light thing matches up.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Yeah, I'm getting that echo.
Yeah, it's from Joe.
Shouldn't be from me. I don't have anything other going on.
Weird.
What if you mute your mic, Joe? See what happens then.
I'll try it now. I'm not getting it.
Talk as loud as you can, Matt.
No! It's a little bit of an echo, but not as bad. It might be from multiple sources, too. I don't know.
I'll mute mine.
No, it's definitely from him.
I have been muted for the past few minutes, actually.
Weird. Well, we should be fine. Probably. We can just play around with it and have to remember to, like, mute and unmute. Probably. We'll remember.
Pepperidge Farm.
Patrick Farm remembers. Patrick Farm will make you pay for something if you don't buy some of these nice Milano cookies.
So do we need to bring our diving suits for this?
You will need to bring whatever you need to go out into the water for this, because you will be traveling out to the water.
Should we
So
ask
you
Nim
know,
to do this
I
breathing
know.
spell for convenience?
I could, if you want to, or you could borrow those little masks things they have here.
Is it like a rebreather?
Don't we have to pay for those?
You could rent them, but, it's...
That's what I mean. Don't you still have to pay per day for those?
I probably could handle it. Probably, I don't know. I was assuming I was going to be able to pick one up.
Well, Max and I are fine, but...
Yeah, we're just thinking of our friends.
I am also fine. I have my own thing.
True.
So it's really just 30 of us, unless I was going to use magic. 4, sorry, Ricky. It's okay.
Aw.
The red-headed stepchild.
Well, it's kind of hard to tell what I need to actually do a lot of times. Don't need to do.
Do you need the brief?
Give me a minute, because I can't remember personally. But
Yes.
Wow.
Do you
Yes.
need to breathe? I don't know.
I think they just still breathe, Davis. Yeah,
We sorted it out. That was like the one thing they still need to do.
that's right.
You could suffocate Radiant. Oh no.
Yeah. It's like she doesn't need to eat, breathe, or sleep, but breathe.
No, she doesn't need to eat. She doesn't need to eat, drink, or sleep. She needs to breathe.
That's what I said. I thought.
No, you said eat,
No,
breathe, or sleep.
Whatever. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. You people.
She doesn't need to breathe. She needs
like,
to breathe.
It's like 10 minutes in, you're already driving me to drink, and it's not even alcoholic.
No, it's probably tea.
It is indeed green tea.
Oh no, he's gonna get teed up a notch.
I am. What was I saying? I don't know. Okay, yeah. Four breathing apparatuses are needed, and/or spells for 4 of you.
Yes.
All right.
Up to him if he wants to pay or play. I don't know.
I could look into it to see how much it would be. We're not buying the things, so it should be much cheaper.
Well, you rented them the other day.
We technically borrowed them.
I thought you had to rent it.
No. I arranged things because we were working with the diplomat. But we're not working with him directly now, so we might not be able to arrange the same things.
Gotcha. Misunderstood.
Yes, it's fine, though. Well, I mean, I could make us all have to not breathe for quite a while, and the entire, being crushed by the massive amount of weight of water above us is just another problem that we'd have to deal with. But you remember our plans? And
Yes, be respectful, bow our head, don't say anything dumb.
okay.
Yes. And don't look him in the eye.
Now, again, who did you want to negotiate? I could try to negotiate what we wanted, or one of you. Just because I know that some of you have, more figuratively and literally, have a more silver tongue in comparison to myself.
Why don't we work together, Nim? I'd be happy to help you.
All right, then. That sounds fine. So, yeah, you can, wait. Are you going to do anything in the meanwhile? A couple of hours. Latula's hanging around with you. She's going to come with you. She's
Awesome.
excited.
Yeah, I was about to ask about that if she was going to join us.
Oh, I would love to meet the Emperor directly. Wow.
Traveling with your merry men may be more fun than you may have thought.
Yeah, so interesting. You keep making it sound like traveling with you would be such a great plan.
It could be fun. I mean, we made a lot of friends along the way. Radiant is just one such example.
I was really impressed how neat Carrion was. Not many of my kind get into the entire technical know-how of things, and though we're slightly different on what we know, he at least understands the alchemy side of things a lot more than, let's say, any other angel that I've met.
It's still artificery. I mean, it's a different field of artificery, but it has a similar basis on what I know.
Again, I have heard of another angel like myself of recent who has discovered a love of artificery, but I haven't met her directly. I wanted to, but at the time I wasn't leaving Bogarden. Well, that's very neat and all. I'm going to go back to my room, read a little bit. I'll meet you in a couple of hours.
Okay.
Sounds good. Is it nap time? Do we get to sleep at all?
I mean, you would have already rested. It's the next day.
Oh, okay.
Well, except for you, who doesn't actually rest, sort of. You just kind of sit around for, like, a number of hours to refresh
I sit around until my spells are available again.
You meditate or refresh yourself, like, a form of, like, self-meditation.
Yeah.
I just lay there motionless.
Probably just turn into a slug randomly while you're sleeping, like,
He did that already. Been there.
I mean, I could purposely turn it into a Lycolith again and see if I can give someone some underwater abilities.
What about, can you buff any ability like charisma?
Traditionally, what he knows is effectively he can do a buff or debuff to an ability score. That is just one of the basic things. It is very.
I could be a really. I could attach myself to your head and make you more charismatic.
How
Like
much does
a
it buff it
really
by?
weird toupee.
Like a horrible
with a
bug monster toupee.
Well, no, he can wear a hat over me.
You're not so small. The hat would be a really big hat.
Or a giant fro.
How much does it usually buff it by?
Probably a +2, I'm guessing.
I haven't said. He has no
Okay.
clue. He doesn't.
Yeah,
really-
I was wondering if it's worth doing, if it means scaring people of seeing a sea slug thing.
Yeah, it is a good, like, alien face hugger is a good way of describing kinda how it looks a little bit.
Ugh.
So
I don't have
I'm
anything
hugging the
I wanna
back
do
of your
first.
head.
Yeah. Except less, buggy and more like half bug, half slug.
Right. Do y'all want to do anything today? I don't really have anything. I kind of just want to see the Emperor.
It's only a few hours, so it's usually like if there's anything major that any of your characters have in the meantime, we can do it quickly. If not, we'll skip ahead.
Lunch.
Well, you're going before lunch.
Breakfast.
You were just having that.
Second breakfast.
Sure.
I turned into a halfling.
Now, that it's halfsies. Anyway, after a few hours, though, you'll all kind of hang around, share some stories with, Latula and Radiant. I guess except probably for Carrion and Wintress, because Carrion's got some kind of, horrible problems currently, and is probably just hiding in her room, mostly. And Wintress is trying to look after her.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So Kaz, Radiant, and Maxwell and Latula will hang out in the room, and have
What
a
about
good
me?
time. And Claude will be there too.
Changing in the corner.
He's just like, no more bug monster, no more bug monster, no more bug monster.
Bug monster.
Ah, crap. Anyway, Nim will come into the room looking for all of you. Hello, folks. How's it going? I finished up my story. The water clock is saying it's the proper time. Why don't we grab our air masks or transformations or whatever we need to do and head out into some water?
I'm going to transform now. Actually, during this time, I would have transformed and just tried walking around on my tail.
You can do it. You're slow, but you can do it. It's an odd feeling.
Basically, I'll ask
Tula.
Tula. Thank you. I'll ask Latula to show me how to properly do it.
She really can't, because she just kind of does it by an instinct, kind of like a flop.
Okay.
It is like a weird fish flop almost, except it's actually effective at transporting yourself.
I will test it out.
It's slow going.
Everybody do the flop.
Everybody did the fish flop. It's like the dinosaur, only more aquatic.
Everybody do the
switch
mer
out.
person.
I'm gonna switch out my outfit for the underwater one and put my royal robes in the bag of holding.
Okay.
It's in there.
Oh yeah, I have my vest on.
Okay.
Do you want your money again? I still have all your money.
Yeah, I'll hold on to it now. I
Yeah,
feel like
I'll
we're
give
safe.
Is someone going to give Carrion and Wintress? We should probably grab them.
I'll grab them. They tend to like me more.
Excellent. I'll see about grabbing those breathing apparatuses.
I'll go knock on their door.
I'll come with you.
Okay.
I'll chill with them.
You'll chill with the girls. Maxwell's angels. Well, one is an actual angel. So.
I've got quite the harem going at this rate.
Maxwell's oddity.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Ah, beans, dude.
You just ruined everything.
Wow, no one liked that. Jesus.
I like that. I
It's
thought it was
Thank
silly.
you, thank you, Matt.
I'm okay
Why would a
with the silly.
skeleton have a harem?
It's that
I'm a
silver
smooth
tongue.
talker, all right. People like the personality.
He can give him the old bone.
Oh,
Yeah.
oof, oof,
No, it's the powerful tongue.
woof.
I didn't want to go that bad, Joe, but it works too. All right. Anyway, there's a knock on your door, Carrion.
Yeah, I'll open it.
Uh,
Are we leaving now?
Our meeting's coming up shortly, so we're going to be heading out.
Yep. Come on, Winters.
Oh, you decided to go?
I might as well. Last thing I
It
need
won't
is
be
to
that
get the
long.
boat without me.
It might be that we need like specific per person requirement for the library. It would probably just be a better idea to come along anyway. Plus, you could ask questions about the library to the Emperor.
I'd rather not talk to the Emperor.
That's fair. I likely won't be doing much talking either. Still, it's time to go.
Yep.
I grab Carrie's hand and pull her behind me as we walk. I drag her. Come on, let's go, Carrie.
Winters, you realize I am coming with you.
I know, but I just want to make sure you don't run away.
Bold of you to assume you could stop me.
I can't, but I can at least know that you did.
I'm not very sneaky. I don't know why you don't understand this. On a scale of like 1 to 10, I'm at like a 1.
You can turn invisible now.
Oh,
That is true.
Forgot about that that perk.
Do you believe me if I said I forgot?
Yes, I would believe it.
Good, because I did. Anyway, I wear these masks. I'm not gonna drown.
Hey, Carrie, look what I can do.
Do we just watch him?
Congratulations,
flop over the
Claude.
place? He's flopping. He kind of looks like that fish I caught that one time.
Was it
You
with your
caught another
hook?
fish. There's a reason that I am not the one catching fish, and it's because I tend to drown.
You like to drown.
I don't like it.
It just tends to happen.
I'll remind you that I kind of am, fire more than water.
It's okay. We'll take you to the boiling seas.
That's not what I
I
meant.
cannot stress how dangerous the boiling seas are. It's not a good idea. It's not like a vacation spot.
Sure, it's
It
like a
might be
sauna,
for
right?
Carrie.
No. You. Oh. It's very dangerous. There's a lot of things in that water.
I fashion the mask on my face. Slap one onto Carrie's.
Ow, my nose. I take 1 point of sad damage.
1 point of sad damage. Because it's really a sad bit of damage. Ow.
It's not like her nose hasn't been broken before.
Oh, Carrion, Wintris, are you ready? I got the masks. We're probably not going to die then. Excellent, and we don't have to rely on my magic.
Oh, thank you.
That was the least comforting thing I've heard all day. I was saying something.
Well, with everything that we've done together as a group, I'm fairly certain that this is the least possible for murdering us that we've had in quite a while.
It's a little
As long
more
as you don't
comforting.
insult the king.
I mean, this is exciting.
I mean, I wouldn't call like the island mystery thing something we did together because you just stayed back. You just told us that we could go there.
I assumed it was very murdery from its description, though.
Yes. We got stuck in a labyrinth for like an entire day.
Are you going to tell the story again, Kaz? It's been like 8 times.
Well, we were stuck in a submarine for weeks. I'd run out of stories eventually. I'm not looking forward to the trip back up. Anyway, let's just get going.
Don't worry. Good plan for that one. One probably will work.
For what one?
Oh, where we're traveling to next.
Oh no. I'm excited.
Yes, you see. But there's a couple of possibilities. As I said, I'll work on setting up the basics of it, and they'll worry about the big stuff later on.
Alright, can you talk with that mask on?
Yes.
Okay, why don't we walk and talk?
Excellent. This way. I got directions from the nice squirrely lady who works at this place.
Lovely. Is it a palace of some sort?
Oh, no. That would be, oh god, I'm gonna forget it myself. The...
Atlantis.
Yeah, Atlantis.
I didn't know if he might have other palaces.
Not this day and age. Back in Galenia's days, probably they would have had multiple palaces, but in this modern day, you only find the main one here. Oh, keep up. You got places to go.
As I'm already ahead of him.
I mean, he's faster than you on land.
Yes, on land.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not on land.
You were both all on land. You were up at, like, the door for Carrie's room. You're just,
I die.
You have to go out to the, like, exit.
Flop, 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 flop.
Yeah, you flop for a while, then you go to the exit. There you go. Alright, you will make it to the exit and out into the tube down, finding the current taking you down to the first floor, in which Nim will lead you out into the streets, your entourage of folks. Of course, the people down in the entryway will give you kind of greetings as you're passing by, and you can head for a little deeper into the area here. What I would call the actual central spine of the beast. Like the largest spine that seems to be stretched through most of the city, kind of cutting down the middle of it almost. Without any breaks, unlike a lot of these smaller spines. Even the one that you were in doesn't go completely over. Because you have to think of it like as like almost tall, I wouldn't call them thin buildings, but like everything is elongated. Like how the floor you're on is, it's just a long, basically kind of like hallway with your rooms to one side. And then you kind of eventually get to the area where there's Leyland's room and the cafeteria, kind of like over at the one end. And the cafeteria kind of stretches off, again, it's like long. And when you kind of approach this one, you can see that there's a number of entrances to it, kind of spread. Maybe a couple, like 500 feet down the side of this spine from each other. And you can see that there's a massive number of floors here. I believe we're supposed to enter into this one here.
Alright, lead the way. I mean, you're the one who organized this.
After you.
Okay. All right. Excuse me, madam. Sir. Excuse me. Yes. What can I do for you? We're here to see the Emperor. We've arranged for a personal meeting with Emperor Mihai II. I am Nim. You should know of my arrival. Nim of Lanois. and his entourage. Give me a minute. I'll check in. So, this is a nice area of town.
It's alright.
You'll be left to wait a little while. We can kind of like awkward silence.
As he starts to hum, I'm just going to nudge Max.
Oh, like to follow him?
No, I meant he's humming. Like,
Oh.
you want to, like, maybe make a better sound.
I pull out the lute and kind of enhance the hum.
You play the girl from Impanita.
Please roll perform check
Underwater
with disadvantage,
performance?
just because it's not going to have quite the same sound underwater.
I didn't think about that.
Try it out. We'll see how well you do.
We're shooting with
Let
him.
me. You said with disadvantage. Let me do that real quick. I'm not feeling confident.
Double 15s. You rock it.
Wow! What on earth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
You
Pretty
rock,
good.
Damn!
You rock that underwater loop. You start out like noticing how the sound is different because you really haven't tried to do your lute underwater, and you kind of adjust the way you play it just because of like, you know, maybe your own experiments with trying to like, you know, play around with the lute and like maybe write your own songs occasionally, and it just giving you enough knowledge to know like how to like switch up your chords to kind of get what you want, and you quickly make the on the fly adjustments, and so you can kind of like produce the music you want without having like the effects of underwater being very dramatic to it.
I'm impressed at my own skills.
So like a guard will come up to you eventually and be like, sir, that was some good performing. He's gonna kind of stare at you for a minute. I think, sir. Right?
Yes, it's sir. Thank you for the compliment.
All right,
Sincerely appreciate it.
I don't think this is the time and place, sir. You know, just this is a kind of public area that wasn't really made for performances.
Fair point, good sir. I put the lute away.
Thank you.
It was mainly to help ease our nerves and tension.
Understandable. Well, I'll be going back to my post now. Again, very, very nice song. Very impressive for a surface dweller's instrument.
I bow in front of him.
All right. The Emperor will see you now. Come on. You'll be led up into another one of those strange, like, tube things. And the current will take you up pretty far into this spine. Like, you're going upwards towards the surface. Into what appears to be a little area that could best be described as some kind of, like, maybe lounge. There seems to be kind of, like, something akin to, like, kind of like a circle of like almost like couches, but they are like made of the things, the beast stuff, with kind of like some kind of padding down, and they're put in such a way that it's probably not really like, it would probably be very easy for someone like a merfolk to kind of sit in almost in like a lounging position. So it's kind of like a merfolk would sit down in it, but it's more meant to like that they're not like bending their tail greatly. So it'd be kind of like, think of almost like a recliner with the feet half up. So it's kind of got that interesting angle there. There's like a small table with various things set up on it that look to be a like an underwater treats thing. You'll see there are a number of guards here. There's a merfolk here who's sitting around on one of the chairs. He seems to be, well, you're thinking he, Again, it's hard to tell. He is a bit more like in between for, you know, man and fish. You notice
Can
that...
I make any kind of insight to figure it out?
Well, maybe.
Maybe my natural instincts will...
Your natural instincts seem to be murder.
Well, so far only during one specific act.
He's wearing this kind of like crown of what looks to be almost tendrils, like maybe like the tentacles of an octopus. You also notice that like he's wearing a kind of like overshirt that kind of cuts off like kind of at his waist of a kind of greenish scale-like material. And you can see what looks to be almost like things wrapped around him, only that you notice that they move slightly.
Ooh.
You realize they are the tendrils of what appears to be maybe like an octopus.
Mm.
He's wearing an octopus.
Yeah.
Sure.
This is the Emperor?
Maybe?
I look at Nim and say, do you want to go first, or should I?
Greetings. He'll kind of give it like a little bow. Your lordship, it has been quite some time. Ah, Nim. It has been some time. Please sit. I guess it would be difficult, but if one of your kin that seemed to be with you, that as he kind of does like this kind of interesting eye over, you know, kind of raising an eyebrow, though there isn't really like hair to it per se, just kind of like raising like the one side of his, you know, just a little bit up like on the side where it's kind of the eyebrow ridge goes up kind of thing, you know. Kind of like looks around at all of you, kind of like an interesting like raise. It's alright, go. You'll see the octopus actually disattach from him and kind of float over to the side, and you can see it kind of like eyeing you up. As you kind of relax a little bit more.
That's like his pet on his head, or is that a seeing eye thing?
Nim will kind of turn towards you. It's an old tradition of emperors and empresses. A trained octopi. Something that is as smart as any man or beast. And as smart as any man of the land or sea. That is trained to protect the emperor to the death. The last line of defense.
Huh. Interesting.
Yes. It's, like a personal guard that you can take with you anywhere, and don't have to worry about divulging your secrets. I don't know why it's necessary for the entire idea of divulging secrets under the sea, but... yes, let me take my seat. How are things been? I realize it's been quite some time since I visited. I heard that you and Nika have had 2 daughters. I did hear that they were around in town, but no offense if they are busy and such. Oh no, it's fine. They are busy with other work now, but may show up depending on how late our meeting goes. I was surprised you reached out to me. We did leave on good terms, but I did tell you before that the sea is no place for you, elf. Your natures and your ways are unusual. You know too many secrets, but are too dangerous to fight. What can I say?
Couldn't the strangeness be said for all of us, though?
Certainly among your group. Let me see here. A skeleton. 2 merfolk. The one is a little bit more unusual than the rest. A goblin. Some... I believe that is a... You are a core? Is that correct?
nod. Just a little.
Your people rarely ever send a diplomat our way. I believe the last time was during the Age of the Apocalypse, a little after that, when many diplomats were being sent around the world. Let's see here. And of course, an angel? And I'm unsure what you are. Something touched by another creature. Partially human, at least, I'd assume. Humans do get around, unfortunately.
Well, that's a pretty fair statement. I believe we consider her a demon.
Half-demon. Strange. Yes, and well, you know, it's the same for many other... Humans do seem to get around a lot. I do agree. It seems there's always some form of strange half-breed of this or that popping up. I'm surprised they can breed with so many things. Next thing you know, there'll be a half-human, half... Oh, wait. I was going to think of something, but then I thought it'd be insulting to... Sorry. Forget what I was going to say. Look. Personally, I found that visiting you was a little bit of fun, but some of my associates here that have been traveling with me have some business here. Right, Maxwell?
Well, yes. Note to the side, remind me what business we had?
Library access.
Library access was number
And
one.
Library.
college.
And college access.
Okay. Well, yes, we do have some business that we would like to humbly request of your aid. My compatriots are interested in accessing the Royal Library as well as the Royal College as well. Or, yeah, couldn't think of the term.
Not royal.
As we seek to gain knowledge.
Tolarian of the Sea, I think, is the name of the college.
Tolaria Under the Sea.
Tolarian Under the Sea.
Okay.
Tolaria Under the Sea. Well, the library could possibly be arranged. If you would have some kind of guide, perhaps? No offense, your emperorship, but I am just a friend of theirs that chose to accompany them here. Forgiveness if that is an insult. But when they mentioned they wished to see the library, I don't have any direct experience, but my mother worked at the library, and I did accompany her on some days when I was quite young. I'll consider the library. You are still not a direct person from it, but I will take that under consideration. Now, you also wish to head to Tolaria Under the Sea. That is not my permission to go to. You just merely have to go there. That's the problem. Even with the way we accessed Slim Voda here, it'd be quite difficult to access the Academy without the proper magics. And, well, you have access to... Vodalia has access to it much more directly than other places. We wouldn't request a way out, we just request a use of your transport network. He's gonna look like this this look of just a little bit of frustration at that point in time, just like a mention of that. As I said, secrets that really shouldn't be discussed.
I learned something new recently, didn't I? I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
I use Fool's Insight to use to detect thoughts.
Okay. What does your Fool's Insight do?
Let me...
Entertain us.
Does this.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you gather supernatural edge. You cast the sacrifice so a number of times you put your Carrion on fire and give me. So use it build long after.
So I don't think I don't know if they know that, because it seems like this is an upgraded version of Detect Thoughts where they don't know I probed their mind, correct? Because they just have something wacky happen after, correct?
I think it's meant to be a distraction.
Like, yeah, they're going to know, but they can't call attention to it. They just farted.
When something weird happened, it'll be like, noticeable. That might be.
So I have like a buffer then.
A little bit of one, but like it's still very circumstantial. When I would say you've opened it up more if you're probing deeper, but you definitely have to still be careful about probing deeper, because in circumstance where it's like more one-on-one, it probably is not going to be a great idea. That
Right,
could, like,
but in a social gathering, it's different.
Yeah, like if you're in a big social gathering and be like, I'm going to read that guy over there's mind, then if something happens, like he resists it, he will embarrass himself really badly and won't point out that someone tried to read his mind. He'll probably be distracted by the entire, I just farted really loudly, where everybody can hear it.
Alright, surface level. Can I hear what he's thinking?
Sure. Can you give me detect... I'll look up detect thoughts so I can quickly do that.
Oh, I can also pull it up for you.
Yeah, put it up on detect thoughts.
Let me just click it. I'm trying to remember what level this was at. I think it was level 2.
I think it's
Whew, it's a lot of reading.
It is always a lot of reading, yeah.
I have to, use this more, because, I have a bunch of free casts of it.
It seems though he's wondering what the others know.
Like in our party?
That's just it's like you just like the thing of I wonder what the others know. What has he been saying?
Right, like how much has he divulged to us?
maybe. Maybe he's thinking of someone else entirely and is not paying attention to our conversation.
Would they be easy to eliminate? Are they?
Wait, what? What about eliminate?
Are they a threat?
To be fair, he's the ruler of a country. That's a fair, assessment to be running through your mind.
Am I able to probe deeper later? Or does it have to be now?
Give me a sleight of hand, actually. Just give me a sleight of hand check, please.
Sure. Disadvantage or no?
No, you got normal.
Oh, I gotta wait for it to load. Well, what do you know?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently,
Okay.
15 is your lucky number tonight.
Yeah, man, I'm using that for the lottery.
I mean, as long as you have the spell, you could always probe deeper, because you have concentration up to a minute, but after that, you'd have to redo it. And let me put you... That sleight of hand was basically to, not make it obvious that you were casting a spell.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure, what I do. If I do, a Naruto hand motion or something,
Well, let's check the requirements for the
Visual,
spell.
semantic.
And material. You gotta do it all, man.
So you say some things, too? So you say some stuff, make some hand motions, while holding a copper coin.
Funny.
Mm-hmm.
Probably did it under your breath, real quiet-like.
Yeah.
Can I, ask the party, outside of the game? What do you guys think? Should I try to, see if we can get some
No.
secrets about the... No?
No.
Every time you've tried to probe,
Because here's the thing. No matter what, when you probe deeper, they know. No matter what. Even if they
That's
succeed,
fair.
they know.
It's probably better to do it on, someone that isn't an emperor who can just
Yeah,
immediately execute
It's
us.
someone that you're already probably going to be an enemy with. That's a good time, It's
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
But not the ruler of an entire nation.
who are asking favors of.
Yeah. Like
Right,
if you
yeah,
capture
that's
an enemy
fine.
and you're
And
probing
it's
them for
already
information.
suspicious.
That's
what
okay. I just... Service thoughts only. I just wanted to get a read on it, because I don't
What it's
influence conversation.
doing, what you've got is an in. If you can ingratiate yourself and prove we're not a threat, we're good.
Exactly, yeah. So I won't probe deeper. You can, if anyone else wants to. What a good ability.
Mm-hmm. That's fun that you can just do that at will.
Mm-hmm. I get 2 more freebies too.
Nice.
It's a tough thing you ask, Nim. I think the last time we let outsiders use our network, it was when we got an appeal from Tolaria directly. From Urza and his lackeys. And though it turns out the alliance was for the best, the damage to Vodalian was great. We're lucky that we recovered much more than the rest of you surface dwellers. Your remaining destructions did not affect us. The mana siphon on Ataria, the rifts. Vodalian remained immune to these at least. And so we've grown. I wouldn't be surprised if we had the most powerful empire in all the world currently.
Emperor, if I may. We don't know.
He's going to take
Other
a
than-
really shady eye at you because you look very unusual for like a folk that could be under his.
We don't know, other than Nim, about this network he speaks of. But if you would be willing to allow us use of it, I for one, and I'm sure my colleagues will agree, would be more than willing to be blindfolded or whatever means during the experience, so we don't learn any secrets.
I agree to that. My personal suggestion was, in the event that you don't feel comfortable with us, what about having Nim do the head to the college for us on our behalf? Given your history, I feel like that shouldn't be too demanding.
How about this? We'll consider the library and give me a little bit of time. I will call upon the High Wizard of our empire. How about this? Would you have a magic placed upon you that would swear that you would never speak a word of it? Or penalty of magic?
I would agree.
I would agree.
Carrion just nods.
Can I stay out of it? I'm paranoid at the idea of having magic cast on my speaking ability.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a special case.
You don't even know if it would work.
Fair.
I think it would to a skeleton. Let me just check the basic skeleton stats.
Well,
I
he
don't know
was
if my tongue
also
would
thinking
affect
with
that.
his magic tongue.
Yeah, that's what was on my mind.
Nim's is gonna kind of look and be like, "You do realize it would not probably work on me. Then again, I don't think you were asking me. And the angel, she swears, definitely would not say anything. Yeah, that's true. So there's really only a small group of us that you have to worry about with this year. It seems like at least 3 of us have agreed to it. Wintress, Maxwell, I believe if you two agree, I think we can get this taken care of.
May I ask something more about this magic? What happens in the event that we speak of it? As I would personally abstain given my current circumstance. Although I would be happy to stay behind.
Should you break it, your mind will break apart, slowly but surely.
I look at Nim.
That's what Nim says. I know the magic he speaks of.
Does this also apply to the undead?
I don't see why it wouldn't work on you. The kind of spell it is, I don't think you have a resistance to at all.
How long does the spell last?
I believe that he's trying to get the High Wizard, because if you cast it with a powerful enough magic, he can make it permanent. Granted, there are ways to overcome it, but it requires more difficult magics, or similarly difficult magics. So I think he's betting on the fact that I will certainly not be casting it on you guys, and to break it, just because I don't need to. And
do I have to agree to this? Because I kind of don't want to.
You probably don't have to agree to it, but you would have to somehow convince him that you don't need to agree to it.
Kind sir, I'm firmly against the camp of having that sort of spell cast upon me. I personally have no use for either establishment, yet my comrades do. Is there any means of me not having to have the spell cast upon me? My mental state is a bit fragile, being undead and all.
Your mental state is fragile.
Look, if it does you any good, I could monitor you, Maxwell. If that would reassure you.
While under the spell?
And besides, I can watch the caster and make sure that he doesn't do anything dangerous when casting it. Interrupt if it's something that wouldn't be agreed upon. Perhaps we could do contractual.
Could I have a temporary version of said spell? I have a specific disability regarding speech.
The spell will just keep you from speaking words about us and our secrets. That is all.
Oh. In that case, I can agree to that. I thought it was in the event that something happened to slip out.
Well, if you would slip out that information, then it would occur. If you would speak about anything.
Is there a... I step to the side. I really don't want to do this.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's understandable. It's a very dangerous. It's like a very powerful magic he's planning on you. He's like saying he's trying to get you to agree to use on you.
Yeah, I'm sorry, sir. I personally can't agree to this. I can't. I show him my tongue as an example. As an example to try and show you what I mean. This, I can't control what I say.
Then you're more dangerous than I thought.
Well, I wouldn't say under that manner. It's more of like a mental illness, so to speak.
Maxwell, I believe you're making it worse.
Well,
as long as I've had him, it's less that he doesn't have a control of what he says and more that he just blabs many things out. But perhaps I could,
It's mostly harmless, but I personally don't want to run the risk of that.
To watch after him?
Why do we need to go to these places again?
You guys wanted to?
For
It's
what?
some research to find out about the things that are trying to kill us.
Yeah, the academy was more to see if we could find out more about that shadow magic.
Shadow Man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it was about?
Right, Dalton?
Yeah.
The
There's
library
that.
is just because we want to go to the library.
Yeah, we do want to go to a library.
The
Books are
library
fun.
is the easy part.
Hey, kids.
And the
Books are
spell's
good.
only for the second part, right? The college?
Yes.
The spell.
It's mostly like the teleportation network, probably.
Yeah, it's mostly teleportation network. because that's something that most folks don't know about.
So long as you like would have no reason to talk about a teleportation network,
Yeah.
we're golden.
I'm the one who should be the most concerned because I don't have complete control over my other personalities.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, this is a serious issue for both me and Claude. But
at the same time, we have a psycho guy who seems to be interested in killing us, and to get possible information on him would probably be helpful.
Yeah, but if that same danger comes from us by letting said secret go free by, something beyond our control, then isn't that just as dangerous as having the psycho killer try to kill us?
Let me put it this way.
I'm probably overthinking this, but I'm just
horribly overthinking it.
Yes, you are overthinking about it.
All right.
Yeah.
It's not
He's gonna use,
out of your control at all.
It's a very high level spellcaster that can cast geas as a 9th level spell on you that makes it effectively permanent. He's calling on the high wizard of the Vodalian Empire to cast this. That one dude who's 17th level in the entire empire.
Okay.
That
I'll agree to it reluctantly, just for the sake of keeping the story going. But me as a person would not do that, is what I'm trying to get at. And I don't think Maxwell would either.
Yeah, effectively, it's you issue command with it within range, basically forcing it to carry out a duty. You'd be technically charmed by the guy, but I don't know if you're affected by charm.
I have counter charm.
I don't think undead are.
Look, I have dispel magic if you just give me enough time to get to a higher level.
You do get a wisdom save to just avoid the charmed effect. Mostly. But you can always fail that too. So they probably want you to. Yeah. It's just that if you would counteract the orders, you take a massive amount of psychic damage.
Plus, I think he would realize that, hey, this didn't affect him.
Yes, and it would... No. So it's effectively you would take a huge chunk of psychic damage, it would stop you from doing what you're doing, and the person that issued your command would know. And that's all that would happen if you break that.
If you tell someone, hey, I found this dope teleportation network underwater.
Yeah. As I said, Nim can monitor it. The reason that they don't... A, Nim is very powerful. B, they also know that Nim can actually break it because he's got greater restoration.
Okay, I agree with it, just for the sake of keeping...
Nim can get rid of it, technically.
Okay.
Yes.
I can eventually get rid of it.
Yes.
Eventually.
Alright, that's fine. Mm-hmm. I was just scared that I was going to have an aneurysm and just explode with 0 HP.
I mean, it is between
if you went and just was hey, everyone, listen, I got a secret to tell everyone.
All right, fine.
Let me put it this way: it is between 5 and 50 psychic damage that you will take if you blab.
Oh, in another level, we'd survive that.
Yeah.
It would, yes. It would stop you from doing what you were doing, and it would cause you massive amounts of pain.
Oh.
But,
And then the Dominaria Empire would come after us.
Then you'd have a merfolk empire with a giant leviathan. Probably send assassins after you or something.
Stay out of the water.
Okay, fine. I'll agree with it.
Okay.
I just wanted that to be known.
Yes, that's fine.
Just in the event that anything happens. I was trying to be transparent.
No. I can understand that. The geas route is always a sucky route to kind of run into. But, that is the offer here, unless because you couldn't really come up with a better reason.
I couldn't persuade. I have nothing in my mind that would work.
That's fine. He's like, let us not talk business for a little bit. I'm meeting with an old friend. I may be making new friends. I will call upon the High Wizard. Give me a few days to think, and I will consider the library. And after that, I will call on you when it's time for everything for your travels. Excellent. Excellent. He's gonna like point at the spread.
The spread?
Yeah, he had like a table, like, because remember it was like a circular
food.
couch
Oh, yeah.
around like a table. It's
I
got,
will
like,
try
little food
some.
stuff, and very thick tea.
I will
Try it.
try all of it.
Something akin to tea. It's
Well-
seaweedy.
You guys, well, the problem is the people who have. Oh yeah, Kaz can, but the people who have breathers won't be able to.
Nope. The two of you
Can I
can.
wave to the octopus?
You're assuming that I'd want to.
Uh-huh. Like, you're pretty sure it's some kind of oceanic, like, plant that has been made into, like, a tea. It's not bad, but it's not great either.
It's also salty.
It is also very salty. Everything is. There's various type of little, like, fish dishes. I would call them, like, you know, like, finger foods, almost.
Fish sticks. They got fish sticks.
They don't really have, like, a fry, or, like, a breading or something. They have, like... There are things that are, like... That have been, like, heated. They're, like almost like things that are, like, boiled or grilled more. It seems like they use, like, crisp fish skin to, like, use as kind of bread for things. And, like...
I'll say very gracious of you and try some.
Mm-hmm. Something that's akin to, like, an egg roll, except it's, like, a thinly, like, it's not just the skin, it's, like a thin piece of fish and the skin that's kind of been cut off, kind of wrapped around something. A lot of fish, though. Because, yes.
Because we're in the ocean.
Alright, and you'll enjoy your little luncheon, and I will have us take our first break now, as you do that. As things have gone okay with an emperor. So I'll count us down. Oh God, what am I thinking? Anyway, bathroom break, snack break, drink break, and we'll be right back soon. My brain has been so fried today, so see you in a second, folks.